Welcome to my channel and good morning or good whatever time it is for you. I wanted to share a routine that I do some variation of every morning, and I find that it really sets me up for the rest of the day. I like to do it when I'm still in bed underneath the blankets, but it's fine to do it on a mat and it's fine to do it any time of day. I couldn't get my bed into the studio, but I've brought my pajamas, I've brought my pillow. So let's start by lying on our backs and taking a good stretch, reaching the arms and the legs. You might have a headboard or a wall behind you so you can push against it. And just find a comfortable place for your arms. And we're going to flex and point the feet, getting to get some movement through the legs and circling the ankles one way, circling them the other way, just playing a little bit with any movement of the feet that feels good. Let's hug the knees in towards your chest. Take your knees so that they're about shoulder width apart. Deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale and squeeze the knees into your chest. So I'm feeling my lower back beginning to open up. And then release. Take a deep breath in. Do this a few more times. Sometimes during the night your back gets a little stiff, so it's really nice to start gently stretching and opening it up. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the knees in. I even find it nice to rock a little bit from side to side. And we're going to take a twist. So I'm taking my right knee over to the left, putting my right hand on the knee, just opening the left side. Just adjust until you feel a position that's really comfortable. And then breathing in deeply through the nose. And exhaling, softening, just slowly waking up the body. Inhale and exhale. So some days I might take a bit longer. Some days I might just move on to the next thing. Let's go over to the other side. So I'm taking right knee over to the left, opening the right shoulder. Breathing in and slowly exhaling. Focusing on the breath. In and deeply out. So you can take as long as you want. And when you're ready, let's move on. Stretch the left leg out. Hands on the stomach. Inhale. On the exhale, start engaging the pelvic floor and stomach muscles. Flex a foot and lift the leg up. Doesn't have to be super high. And back. So keep on going. If you're under blankets or a duvet, it's a little extra challenge. You'll feel the weight of the duvet strengthening the leg muscles. So I started doing this after a knee injury. And then I used to do it many times a day. Now I do it at least once in the morning, just to keep the knee in a good place. I'm going to do 2 more like that. And then staying up there, taking little pulses up and feeling the engagement of the stomach. And then we're going to do that to the other leg. Flex a foot. Exhale, stomach in, lifting it up, so feeling the engagement of the hip flexors on the front of the thigh. And back. Exhale, So working the legs, but also thinking of starting to engage the pelvic floor and the stomach muscles. Just making sure that the upper body stays relaxed. So even if you don't have any issues, it's a good preventative measure to take. Let's just do a couple more. And the last one, staying up there, taking little pulses up and up and up. And stay for a moment, relaxing it down. Just come to lying on one side. Now we're going to stretch out those hip flexors. So find a comfortable position for your head. I'm going to use the hand, this is my left hand, on the left leg, taking it back. We'll take a moment just to breathe, relax the shoulders, and on each exhalation again, that sense of drawing the stomach in, lengthening the spine. And that beautiful stretch on the front of the thigh is really important, especially if we're going to be sitting a lot during the day. And stretch the leg out, again flex. This time we're strengthening that lateral side, the outside of the leg, lifting it up and back. So again, focusing on engaging the center and maybe using the weight of the blankets to give yourself a little extra challenge. This feels a little bit easier on the mat. And the bed on a soft surface feels a lot harder. And two more. Staying up there for the little pulses, up and up and up and keep breathing. And then bend that knee in. Place the left hand on the forehead. We're just going to use that to roll the head, opening the elbow to the other side and bringing it back. So being gentle with the neck, beginning to stretch the neck. It's also something that tends to be a little stiff first thing in the morning. It's just a lovely way to bring some movement into it and stretch it out. I'm going to do one more and stay there for a few breaths. Again, you might feel you want to take a little bit longer. So feel free to take as long as you'd like. And when you're ready, we're going to turn to the other side. So I'm going to turn my back to you for a moment. Start off with a hip flexor stretch. Hold on to the ankle. Stretch the leg back, making sure that the shoulder is really relaxed. The head can soften into the pillow. And breathe. Stretch that leg out, flex a foot, lift it up and down. Each time lifting the leg, again I'm thinking of engaging the pelvic floor, engaging the stomach, the center. Couple more of those. And then keeping it up with the little pulses up and up and up. I don't want to work too hard, I just want to start waking up those muscles. And then relax. Right hand on the forehead and rolling. Using the hand on the forehead to gently stretch the neck. Not pushing or forcing anything. And again, rolling backwards and forwards, taking your time. Very kind to your body first thing in the morning. Really relax the muscles of your face. around the eyes and the jaw. I'm going to do one more time and stay for a while. Really allowing the breath to open up any parts of the body that feel a little bit tight or sore. Then coming back to lying on our backs, I'm going to take the pillow, put it in between the legs, hands on the stomach, and on the exhale I'm going to squeeze the knees, and again feel that strength in the center, waking up the muscles of the abdominals. Inhale to relax, and exhale, squeeze everything in towards the center of the body. Let's do one more squeeze like that. And then place the hands, press them down into the bed. I'm going to lift the hips up and roll down vertebra by vertebra. Yeah, pushing the feet down, lifting the hips up and rolling down. So if you're doing it in bed, it feels a little bit different than if we're doing it on the mat. Pushing it up and down. Last one, I'm going to stay up. Little take pulses in and in and in. So this really wakes up the pelvic floor muscles. Really important. Stay and slowly lowering vertebra by vertebra. I'm going to come over to lying on my stomach. This I'll do every day, no matter what. This is a non-negotiable. I'm going to have the pillow underneath my hips. Lie down and turn. I'm turning my head towards you. You choose which way you want to start. And think of turning the toes in a little bit, internally rotating. So, beginning to feel a gentle stretch on the neck. Some people might feel a deep stretch. If you want to make the stretch a little bit more intense, we're going to bring the chin a little bit closer towards that shoulder. See how much you can relax and breathe into this. And then take the chin in the upward diagonal. And that changes the sensation of your stretch in the neck. And then coming back just to turning the chin towards that wall. I really find this helps so much with posture, making sure that we don't fold the shoulders in during the day. Just take another moment to be there. Sometimes I'll be 5 minutes just lying in this position. So now we're going to come to a Sphinx pose. So pressing the forearms down, opening the chest. You can either stay there, or another little variation I use is to take the thumbs. There's an acupressure point at the base of the eyebrow. And I find it feels really good just to gently push into it and massage and breathe. Again, you might want to take a bit longer for this. Let's go, when you're ready, over to the other side. I'm turning my head away from you. Thinking of internally rotating the legs, letting the head just really soften down into the bed. So you can either stay there or bring the chin down towards that same shoulder. Take a few seconds there. And then lift the chin in the upwards diagonal. And when I've done that and I return my head back to the original position, it generally feels like I can stretch deeper. So when you've had enough of that, come back to the Sphinx pose, either with your hands pressing down, or again you can go for that variation with the thumbs underneath your eyebrow and maybe massaging along the length of the eyebrow. Sometimes that feels nice to start opening up the eyes in the morning. And turn the head back to the left side. This time I'm bringing the left knee up. The left hand forward and placing the right hand behind my back. So getting a stretch for the right side of the shoulder. And then just lifting the right leg up and bringing it down. Reaching up, lifting and down. So we're strengthening the back part of the leg. And feeling the connection into the buttocks, lifting up. I'm going to stay for the little pulses here. Pulse up and up. You reach the toes away. Squeeze it up a little bit more. And then really relax. Let everything really soften. And breathe. Coming back to center. Hands underneath the shoulders. Press the hands down, lengthen the spine. Coming up as far as feels back, as good for your back. Opening the chest, bending the elbows, bringing the head back down. Let's do it again. Press down. Think of lengthening the spine. Coming up. You might just want to stay there, or maybe even play with the head looking over one shoulder and then the other shoulder. And let's go over to the other side. So this time I'm bending my right knee. Right arm comes forwards. Left arm behind the back. Opening the left shoulder. And then working with the left leg to lift and lower. Lengthening and lifting. Do a few more on that left leg. And then keeping it up to take little pulses up and up and up. Squeezing the leg up and then fully release. Really softening the body into the floor, into the bed. I could stay here for a long, long time. Feels so nice. But moving on, hands underneath the shoulders, pushing up. And then bending the knees, taking the hips back to a rest position. Relax the head, breathe into the back. To transfer the weight forwards, bending the elbows. Think if you can go all the way down and pushing back, reaching the hips back towards the heel. Beginning to engage the muscles of the arms and the shoulders, waking them up. Let's do one more of those. Forwards and back. Relax into that rest position. Then coming up onto the knees, so it might feel nice to put the pillow underneath your knees. And stretch out the wrists. So you might want to go with both hands at the same time, or if that feels too much, maybe just one. And really play with it. So opening up at the front and also the back. Like to be quite intuitive and play with whatever feels right. Just moving maybe from side to side. And then when you finish that, let's take some wrist circles one way and the other way, shaking out, taking a moment to breathe. And then we're going to finish off in the rest position. And this again, you might want to take a long time. It generally feels really great to open up the back in the morning and breathe into it. So relax the head down, relax the hips back. You might have the arms straight or bent. Allowing the breath to flow in and out. So I hope you enjoyed doing this class with me. Have a great day. And please subscribe so that we can do more classes together.